Life is full of opportunities. And with that, I don't only mean the opportunities that you work towards, but also the vast range of opportunities that present themselves unexpectedly. For example, when I was painting on my latest Cursed City miniatures, I received a message.
Hi there, I'm Alice from Ataraxia Painting Studio. Sorry to sneak up on you. I want to ask you if you were up to doing a collaboration with me, because who wouldn't want to do that? You want to do that, right? Right?
Right. And with that, greetings ladies and laddies, and welcome to the madness. The challenge would commence after a normal working day, which I used almost entirely to set myself up, as I knew exactly what I wanted to paint. See, when I started this channel way back in January 2021, I made a video about how I rescued some Cadians I got from eBay, without removing the previous paint job. It went fairly well, but eager as I was, I had quite overstocked on Cadians, so after that video was done, I had quite a lot laying around. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of Cadians. It took me quite some time to just unpack these guys, as the seller from eBay was considerate enough to wrap each Cadian individually. Don't get me wrong, I highly appreciate the effort, it just took some time to unpack. I also quickly set up the tank from the Start Collecting set, because those are always easy and not as fiddly to paint. So, if my hands get too shaky, I'll have a backup plan to keep going for a few more hours. That's right. I'm a professional YouTuber. Only big brains on this channel. You gotta remember, failing to plan means planning to fail. At this point, I'm also fairly certain that I'm going to do a video on how to prep, magnetize, and paint any Imperial tank effectively, as there's a whole lot you can do with them, and it gives me a great excuse to get myself even more tanks. Anyway, we've got our Cadians already, paid 1 CP to order the squads anew, and also got the tank ready to roll. In other words, what are we waiting for? Greetings guys. It is now precisely 11 PM in the afternoon, and the rest of the house is already sleeping. Like any sane person should, honestly. But we're just getting started. I just had a cold shower to shut myself awake again, and also set up some water to stay hydrated during this challenge. Alice already got going, and I'm not inclined to fall behind. So, let's go. And so it begins. Luckily for me, as a true-blooded Imperial Guard fan, I'm absolutely used to painting huge blobs of infantry in one go, so I think that this is really gonna be just a home play. On the other hand though, I haven't painted any Brave Guardsmen in months, so I really had to get used to the way I painted these minis again. But after the first few Guardsmen, my muscle memory kicked in again and I could keep going basically on autopilot, and let my hands do the work without much thinking about it. All in all, it was a really relaxing experience at this stage, as I didn't need to worry much about filming and could just focus on the minis. To pass the time, I was listening to Lewitton's 40k lore videos. He has a way of explaining the lore in a calm, yet exciting way, which is just perfect for these kind of slogs, and I would definitely recommend you to check him out too, if you haven't already. My favorites are probably his depictions of battles and sieges in the 40k verse, like the defense of Ryza or the horror of Rofanam. Anyway, this step took quite a lot more time than I first thought, and I'm starting to realize now that I might not get as many miniatures done as I would have liked. Well, I look fucking ominous. Alright, it is 3:10 in the morning. We've been working on these miniatures for around 4 hours now. And yeah, the highlighting of the clothing is complete. And I think we can move on with the armor next. In terms of how I'm feeling, I'm definitely feeling quite a bit more tired than I thought I would. Or better than I hope I would. But it's all going fine for now. I'm not feeling particularly exhausted, but there's this kind of underlining tiredness that is definitely building up at this point. But I think for now it's all going quite alright. So let's move on with the armor, shall we? Alright, moving on with the edge highlighting on the armor next. Usually I'd use a bright green, but as this armor has a lot of grey tint to it, I decided to use a light grey instead. But before we do, let's just have a quick look at how Alice is doing.
I'm doing great. I'm not doing great, I have to be honest.
Holding strong as expected. I'm really excited for our end results, but for now, let's just focus on the task at hand. This is another thing that I've done dozens of times before, but it was still surprisingly hard to do. At this stage, the tiredness and the heat of the day definitely crept up on me. My movements got a little slower, and I started to rely heavily on autopilot, which, unsurprisingly, didn't have the efficiency at all. I also think that my eyes weren't even focused on the minis anymore, and I kinda just blankly stared past them into the green. Alice and I still kept in touch this whole time via WhatsApp, and shared our progress with each other. Which, as I would find out now, was a very good idea. Good morning. It is around 5 AM in the morning. As you can see, the sun is already well in the air. The birds are awake for some time now. I'm feeling alright, you know. A bit tired, but nothing too bad. I was just about to finish up on our guardsman when I received a message from Alice. Apparently, I had misunderstood the challenge.
I'm a professional YouTuber. Only big brains on this channel. You gotta remember, failing to plan means planning to fail. Means planning to fail.
Oh my god, okay. Well, this is quite embarrassing. Not gonna lie, I was way over ambitioned with painting 5 whole squads of infantrymen in a single night. Yeah. I don't know what to say. This is just oh, this is just great. I'm not going to push on for another 18 hours just for the sake of it. Because I think that would not be that good for my health. Nonetheless, I'm committed to the guardsman that I've picked out for now. And yeah, let's keep going. We have guardsmen to prepare. To be perfectly honest, I was quite happy about that, as we both just had a normal working day before this challenge, and I think that a full 24 hours might have been a bit overambitious. But still, much like the mantra, only in death does duty end, I kept moving forward and finished up on the armor at roughly 6 AM in the morning. I decided to not give their weapons any highlights because I'm neither a machine nor a masochist. Instead, I got a bright, rosy skin color out and highlighted their faces, as well as their hands, to at least give those spaces a little more depth. Even though I was really quite tired at this point, I could complete this task easily enough, and before I even knew it, also just had their skin highlighted. Alright. It is precisely 10 minutes after 6 AM in the morning. Yeah, I'm feeling quite tired now. And I personally think that's enough for this challenge. I think the results look great. I think the miniatures definitely look the part. And yeah, it's quite fun with this challenge, even though it was quite more tiring than I thought it would. Especially considering that it was only one night after all. And here we have the result. 1 of 5 squads from eBay, fully highlighted, almost fully highlighted, and definitely elevated to the next level. Personally, my favorite part is undoubtedly their cloth, as we managed to get it way brighter than before, and really made its folds and creases stand out. I'd really like to thank Alice so much for this opportunity. Her channel, Ataraxia Painting Studio, is also not that long on YouTube. But in this short period of time, she managed to put out a lot of really great and interesting videos, where she showcases her magnificent paint jobs, as well as her great tutorials and experiments. Her videos have a relaxed vibe and yet a lot of professionalism, which is why I highly recommend checking out her channel. As for her run through the challenge, I'm not gonna tell you how well she did. All I will say is that she got quite a lot more done than I, and that the video is really worth watching. As for me, I'm quite proud of what we managed to do with our guardsmen, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this video in a hopefully more, let's say, civilized time of day. Please feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts on this video, and especially tell me if you'd like to see more similar painting challenges like this, or maybe more proper eBay rescues. I'm always open to ideas, so if you've got something in mind, don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you like what I do here, please consider subscribing, as it really does help me out a lot, and literally always makes my day when I see new people joining this channel. But no sweat. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope I'll see you again in my next video. Until then, take care.
So how did you come to the realization that you didn't have 24 hours to do the challenge?
Well, I was like a bit suspicious all the time, like how the thing all went down. Like it was very spontaneous, and we started in the night, and it was like, okay, that is weird, but I'm just gonna roll with it. I don't know, whatever. 24 hours, whenever you start. And then when you wrote, like, I think it was like 5 AM or so. Yeah. You sent this message just saying, so, oh yeah, I'm done. I think I'm gonna wrap it all up for now.
Done. I'm gonna wrap it up now.
Yeah. And I was like, that's weird. What do you mean? We have still 18 hours to go or so. And then you thought, man, it's just painting all night long. It's not 24 hours. I was like, what?
When we first chatted on Instagram, I didn't actually say that it was an all-night challenge.
I think what was it for me was like in the very beginning, when you just wrote me if I wanted to do a collaboration with you. We were just like, yeah, okay, would you like to do a challenge, like 24 hours or so? And like from that point, I was like, okay, she wants to do the 24-hour challenge, like no problem.
Yeah.
And then I never bothered asking what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
No, it isn't your fault. I should have asked. I was just so stupid.